What is poppin', everybody? Kevin holding it down in D.C. and, of course, my main man, George, holding it down in Philadelphia.
What is poppin', everybody? Holy shit, welcome to 1992.
I brought that shit way back, didn't I? took that shit out. Next time I'm going to take it back like bell-bottom shorty. Be ready.
Well, let's tell the folks about MMA Valor and then tell them about the disappointing episode of The Ultimate Fighter last night.
Anyway, guys, before we get started, if you haven't had a chance to go over to MMA Valor, go over there, check it out. These guys have some very interesting articles. Actually, this week they have two interesting articles. One is dealing with the TUF 17 finale card that's starting to come together, and it looks like it actually might be it is so stacked right now, George. It looks like it might be one of the biggest cards so far as TUF finales is concerned, ever. And, of course, they have their TUF 17 episode 4 recap. So if you get a chance, run over to MMAValor.com. Now, with that being said, let's talk about episode 4 of TUF 17.
Well, in fairness to all the guys in the house, it was not fun to try to fight after what Uriah Hall did last week. So, I mean, yep. I don't think anyone was expecting something like that to happen again. But what happened, I mean, I think the one dude is all mouth and no show.
Which one is that?
The Sonnen's boy. The dude who refers to himself as the Kang. That's all I can remember. The little fake-ass rap battle, and he refers himself to the king and says he's a good freestylist, and then he got, not wrecked, but he got manhandled in the ring.
So you're talking about Kevin Casey, who lost?
Yeah, the dude who lost, the black dude.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, he was kind of, claiming he was all this and stuff like this, but basically when he got put in a position, he just sat there. He didn't go on the offense at all. It was like, and I guess, I mean, I don't know. A guy said he didn't have his best showing. I think Sonnen thought that too, but it's like, man, that guy shot in on you quick, and from there you just kind of just laid there.
Yeah, and then I guess the best thing that came out of this show is we finally get to see if Bubba can back up all of his talk. Because if you guys saw the very first episode where John Jones goes, yeah, that guy's my teammate, but you just don't know which Bubba's going to show up. Well, right. He's taken on the youngest guy ever in the history of the house. This kid's just turned 20. I mean, he's built like a brick shit house, but you could see Bubba towers over this kid. So I'm assuming Bubba wins this one going away. But, I mean, I guess the biggest news, in my opinion, that has really affected not only the MMA world, but all the kids out there who want to grow up to be wrestlers is they're getting rid of wrestling in the Olympics.
Yeah. You know what's funny? It's this is going to be a really controversial thing because I have funny feelings about this. One thing is like, you feel like it was one of the original sports that was involved in the Olympics. It's been there since the birth of the Olympics. And
Greeks were butt naked, wearing nothing but a wreath around their head, wrestling with each other before it was ever even a sport. So come on, man.
Caesar joints, right?
Dude, this shit's been going on since the dawn of time. And here's what I don't understand: it's a fairly cheap sport. You don't need a whole lot of equipment or room or anything to do it, but you have sports, I put in quotation marks, like BMX riding. You have a synchronized guy riding a horse. Where he rides a horse and they do like movements. Are you fucking kidding me?
The bottom line is it's always about funding and money, dude. And let me tell you something. You and I are at the Olympics right now, okay? We go to the fucking Olympics and wrestling's getting ready to go on in one auditorium, and we got a chance to see some track and field. Where are you going?
I'm going to watch wrestling. I do not care about a bunch of Bamas running in a circle. It's like NASCAR without the car.
Yeah, me, to be honestly, I mean, and having wrestled, I'm going to go watch the track and field events. I probably will watch. I think that's the problem is funding, and people just don't have an interest in it. It's not, if you love it and you have a passion for wrestling, it's one thing, but it is fucking boring to watch, in my opinion, unless you have a passion for it.
And you know what? That's fine. And I'm sure, but to me, watching an 87-pound Ethiopian run a 3-minute mile for 73 miles, you want to talk about some boring shit? It's like a darker, shorter Forrest Gump. I'm sorry, that shit's boring. The only exciting thing for me in track and field is watching the guy run sprints, because you don't get to see the shot put, you don't get to see the hammer throw, you very rarely get to see pole vaulting. The other big thing that came out of it was the girl who was doing her little wiggle from Australia. She's in the new SI. And let me tell you, that lady got a video in good googa mugga.
She's nice. But I mean, this is the thing too. I think what hurt wrestling and hurt some of these sports is that, okay, what is there after the Olympics? Like,
MMA.
Yeah, MMA and now, I mean, and you and I saw it, and you and I were guilty of it and stuff like this. What are the matches that we tend to not gravitate the most to in MMA?
It's usually when they put two wrestlers together. That's a terrible combination.
It's a terrible combination, and I mean, people are. This world is all about speed and fucking excitement. People want it fast. People want it at their fingertips. They fucking get bored very quickly, and you know what? Unfortunately, in the world today, wrestling doesn't really fit in that category, and that's what fucking sucks about it. And
so what we want you to do is tell us, what sport would you take out to put wrestling back in, or would you put wrestling back in? And then, is Bubba going to beat the 20-year-old next week?
Yeah, and one more thing. You heard what the Iron Sheik said, okay? For all you people, I said I started the show out with popping, and I'm taking it farther back because the Iron Sheik, guys, you remember him, George. Don't front like you don't remember the Iron Sheik.
I know.
That motherfucker straight out came out and said he's going to fuck somebody up. He said, I'm going to fuck somebody up if they don't put wrestling back in the Olympics, Shorty. He's thinking he's back in Iraq in 1978, Shorty. Anyway, man, let us know what your thoughts are on this whole fucking thing. And as actually Team Jones takes control now for the first time, we are fucking out.